Hello students, in this video we will discuss about hydraulic intensifier and hydraulic press. In last video we had discussed about the hydraulic accumulator. Now we will discuss hydraulic intensifier. What is hydraulic intensifier? So hydraulic intensifier is a device which increases the intensity of pressure of a given liquid with the help of low pressure liquid of large quantity. It finds its application and places where a liquid of very high pressure is to be developed from available low pressure. It is located between the pump and the machine that needs high pressure liquid for its operation. Its action is similar to that of a setup electric transformer. So we will discuss the construction and working of this accumulator with the help of this line diagram. You can see in this diagram that a hydraulic intensifier consists of a fixed ram. This is a fixed ram which is surrounded by a sliding cylinder. This is the sliding cylinder which is itself encased in a bigger and fixed cylinder. This is the bigger and fixed cylinder and this is the sliding cylinder. The sliding cylinder contains water at high pressure which is supplied to the machine through this fixed ram, whereas the fixed cylinder contains, this is the fixed cylinder and it contains water from the main supply. This is the main supply at a low pressure. Initially, when the sliding cylinder lies at the bottom of the stroke, when this sliding cylinder lies at the bottom of the stroke, the fixed cylinder is full of low pressure liquid, and in that condition valve number V2 and V4 are closed and valve V1 is opened. This valve V1 is open, thus admitting the low pressure liquid into the sliding cylinder. The valve V3, this valve V3 is also open, which permits the low pressure liquid from the fixed cylinder to be discharged to the exhaust, and the sliding cylinder, this sliding cylinder, to move in upward direction. When the sliding cylinder reaches its topmost position, this is the topmost position, the inside of the sliding cylinder is full of low pressure. This is full of low pressure liquid. The valve V1 and V3 are then closed and the valve V2 and V4 are opened. The low pressure liquid then enters the fixed cylinder and forces, it enters from here and forces the sliding cylinder to move downward. Pressure of liquid is raised and the high pressure liquid is supplied to the driven machine. The above cycle of operation is repeated continuously. So the intensifier described here is single acting, which gives supply during downward stroke, whereas in double acting intensifier is also used, which gives continuous supply of high pressure liquid. So by means of an intensifier, it is possible to raise the intensity of pressure as high as 160 meganewton per meter square. It depends upon the fluid used. Intensifier are of two types. First is hydropneumatic intensifier, where air is supplied to the fixed cylinder instead of low pressure liquid, and steam intensifier, where steam under pressure is supplied to the fixed cylinder instead of low pressure liquid. If P1 is pressure intensity of low pressure liquid in the fixed cylinder, A1 is cross sectional area of sliding cylinder, P2 intensity of high pressure liquid in the fixed ram, and A2 is cross sectional area of fixed ram. So the force exerted by low pressure liquid on the sliding cylinder in the downward direction will be P1 into A1. The force exerted by high pressure liquid on sliding cylinder in upward direction will be P2 into A2, and by the equilibrium we all know that P1A1 is equal to P2A2, and with the help of this formula we can calculate intensity of high pressure liquid, that is P1A1 upon A2. This formula is considered by neglecting the frictional effect inside the intensifier. Now we will discuss a numerical on hydraulic intensifier. A hydraulic intensifier gets the low pressure liquid at a pressure of 40 bar and delivers it to machine at a pressure of 160 bar. If the intensifier has a capacity of 0.021 meter cube and stroke 1.2 meter, calculate the diameter of fixed ram and sliding cylinder to be used for this intensifier. So P1 is given, that is 40 bar, P2 is 160 bar. You can convert it into Newton per meter square. Capacity of intensifier is given and stroke length is also given. So capacity of intensifier will be area of fixed ram into stroke length A2 into 1.2. With the help of this we can calculate A2, and that is the area of the fixed ram, and with the help of this A2 you can calculate diameter of fixed ram by equating it to pi by 4 d2 square. And we all know that P1A1 is equal to P2A2, and with the help of this formula you can calculate A1, that is area of sliding cylinder, and this A1 will give you diameter of sliding cylinder. That is the answer of your question. Now we will discuss hydraulic press. This device we had discussed in our laboratory also, that this device is used for lifting heavy loads by the application of much smaller force. This device is based on Pascal's law, which states that intensity of pressure is transmitted equally in all directions through a mass of fluid at rest. This is the line diagram of hydraulic press, which consists of a ram, a plunger, which is operating in two cylinders of different diameter. One cylinder is this, second cylinder is this. These two cylinders having different diameters, which are interconnected at the bottom. This is the bottom, through a chamber which is filled with some liquid. If W is the weight which is lifted, F is force applied. This is W weight which we have to lift. F is force applied on the plunger. A is the area of the ram, and small a is the area of the plunger. So pressure intensity produced by the force F will be P, that is F upon A, that is area of plunger. As per Pascal's law, the above intensity P will be equally transmitted in all direction. So pressure intensity on ram will be F by A, that will be equal to W, the weight which we have to lift, upon area of the ram. So W will be F into capital A upon small a. So by applying a small force F on the plunger, a large force W may be developed by the ram. So mechanical advantage of press will be capital A upon small a. If the force in the plunger is applied by a lever which has a mechanical advantage of capital L upon small l, if we apply this load on this lever, in that way the total mechanical advantage of machine will be capital L upon small l into capital A upon small a, if we use lever for applying the load. In that condition, this capital L upon small l is called leverage of the press. Now we will discuss what is elementary inverted hydraulic press. We discuss this with the help of this line diagram. It consists of a cylinder, fixed cylinder, in which the ram slides. Fixed cylinder. This is a fixed cylinder on which this ram slides. The lower end of the ram carries a movable platen. This is the movable plate which is carried by this ram up and down with the ram. The upper and lower stationary platens are joined by the column. This is upper and lower platens which are joined with the help of the column. When liquid under high pressure is supplied to the cylinder, the ram moves downward. If we supplied liquid here, the ram moves downward and applies tremendous pressure, which is equal to the product of intensity of pressure supplied and area of the ram upon any material placed between the movable platen and This is the movable platen and lower stationary platen. Now the job which can be employed by the hydraulic press are metal pressing work, drawing and pushing rods, bending and straightening any metal piece, packing press, cotton press, autoclave, vulcanizing press to prepare molds and casting of bakelite, forging press, plate press, etc. Now we will discuss one numerical on hydraulic press. The diameter of ram and plunger of a hydraulic press are 100 mm and 12.5 mm respectively. Find the force required to be applied on the plunger to raise a load of 24 kN on the ram. If the plunger has a stroke of 200 mm, how many strokes will be required to lift the load by 500 mm? Also calculate the volume of additional liquid required. Further, if the time taken to lift the load is 12 minutes, what will be power required to drive this plunger? You have to neglect the frictional effects. So diameter is given. You can calculate area of the ram. Diameter of plunger is given. With the help of this plunger, you can calculate area of the plunger. Load you have to raise is 24 kN. Stroke of plunger is given, that is 200 mm. Distance through which load is to be lifted is 500 mm and time taken is 12 minutes. So force required to raise a load of 24 kN is capital F by A is equal to W by A. Capital is A is given, small a is given, and W is the load which we have to lift is given. So with the help of this, you can calculate the force required to raise the load of 24 kN. Now number of strokes required. Number of stroke required to lift the load by 0.5 meter is total volume of liquid to be displaced upon volume of liquid displaced in one stroke of the plunger. So total volume displaced is pi by 4 into this diameter into 0.5 meter total length upon volume of liquid displaced in one stroke. One stroke length is given, that is 0.2 meter, and this is the area, this is the diameter. So with the help of this, you can calculate number of strokes required to lift the load by 0.5 meter. So volume of additional liquid is this, pi by 4 into this diameter of ram into 0.5 meter total length. Power required to drive the motor. Work done by the press is 24 is the total weight which we have to lift into the total height. 0.5 is 12 kilonewton meter in 12 minutes. So work done per second. So you can calculate this kilonewton meter load by this 12 minutes into 60. This is in seconds. So this is the total work done per second, and you all know that work done per second is equal to power required. So this is 16.66 watt is power required to drive the motor. So that's all for this video. Next video we will discuss rest of the devices. Thank you so much.